we filming?
We've been filming for like 5 seconds.
Okay. So, moving on. The other thing that's on the test is solving radical equations. To solve a radical equation, we want to get the radical by itself, and then we can square both sides or cube both sides or whatever we need to do. So, the first step here is to add 6 to both sides. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So now I have the radical alone on the left. And I can square both sides. If there's no index number, that's an implied 2, that's a square root. So we're going to square both sides to get rid of the square root. And I'm left with 5x plus 1 is equal to 9. Subtract 1 from both sides. I get 5x is equal to 8, which is x equal to 8 fifths. And if I check that, it's a good idea to check these two, make sure we don't get a negative number under the radical sign, especially if it's an even, well, only if it's an even index. 5 times 8 over 5 plus 1 minus 6. So that's 2 times the square root of 9 minus 6. 2 times 3 is 6. All right, so I've got 6 minus 6 equals 0, so that checks. And that's it. This is my solution. Okay, we're good?
I was asking if we were done.
Well, let's just put the last two, because this, again, there's one more slide. All right, so the last topic is to find the inverse of a function. And here are the steps. And I did not type an example, so let me write an example. As an example. And the problem will say, find the inverse. And I'll give some function. Oh, and I'm just going to make up something. That'll work. All right, so the first step is to replace the f of x with y. So I've got y is equal to f of x plus 3 divided by 13. And then I need to solve for x. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 13. Subtract 3 from both sides. Space. All right. Come over here. 13 y minus 3 square x. All right. To solve for x now, next I need to divide by 4. So I have x is equal to 13y minus 3 divided by 4. And that's our inverse function. Now, the test is going to be multiple choice, and so it's going to be written in this inverse function notation. So now we need to turn this into that notation. So to do that, I just say the inverse function is equal to this, but now I'm going to replace the y So at the beginning, I put in a y for the function, and now at the end, I'm going to put in x for the y to turn it back into x's. And that's it. That's how to find the inverse of a function. And that's what we're doing for this test, which will be next week.